Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of LaQuinta's Chatterbox Black Table Talk. Today's episode is Free Table Talk. But before we go on, hey, ladies.
Hey,
Hey.
y'all already know who it is. It's your favorite girl, your favorite person, your favorite realtor, the one that keeps it real, Rika.
And of course, you know that I am Diamond from Diamond's Table Talk from the spin-off of LaQuinta's Chatterbox.
And I'm your girl, LaQuinta, the host with the most.
With the most.
With the most.
With the most assist.
With the most is.
But now, y'all, let me tell y'all. I remember so wait a minute, let me tell y'all. So yesterday, before we get started, I want to tell women right now, if y'all have not had a Youngestein, if y'all don't get one with me, get one.
Tell us why.
Tell us.
Look, I'm intrigued.
That one is a mess.
But people want to know.
No, seriously, have a
just saying.
Youngestein. Seriously, it's so many different benefits in Youngesteins. But I had a couples Youngestein yesterday. I did the Youngestein, and my man, he did the massage chair.
But see, hold on. A lot of people don't understand. It's okay for man to do young things too, but people look at it as weird and not.
No, man can do Youngestein.
But
my man didn't do one. He needed a full body massage.
It helps with they said it cleans out their prostate.
It does.
Black men starting at between like age 25 on up. That's when it's like being real tough. And African Americans when it comes to like prostate cancer and stuff.
Because it does help with that. Because let me tell you something. They think of it that you're getting steam, you're getting detoxed, you know, and men need to
right. And I don't know why they say, ew, that's for women. Don't you sit on the toilet when you got a boo-boo? I don't know no person that stand up in front of the toilet when they boo one. So
that's very true.
Just sit down and you know, people, man, they act like it's too boy. Diseases ain't got no type of gender on.
I swear they don't.
Take care of your body.
But my man, like I said, he was in the massage chair and he gonna get me for telling y'all. But I text Erica while I was getting my steam. I was getting it's not a secret because I'm putting it out here shit.
Right.
I was getting my steam. My man was in the massage chair and he was doing his we both did a feet detox. It's very important for feet detox as well. But we was both doing feet detox and I was doing the Youngestein. He was in the massage chair. The light, you know how to have the atmosphere. It's a true vibe. You know, you have your type of music you want to hear on. I had the candles lit. I mean, it's a real true vibe in our Yoni room. But baby, let me tell you something. I was drinking a couple shots, a glass of wine, got into it. Baby, and it was the best time ever. It's like, and I've been doing Youngesteins, and it's like this time, as long as I've been doing Youngesteins, it's the first time we've ever done a couple.
Yeah, I did it with my dude. I did it with my dude one time,
and it was magical.
Really? I really loved it.
Girl, I swear, if I could still have babies, I'd been pregnant. Got pregnant last night.
So before you start doing these things, I was going to another place doing these things. I'm not gonna mention that place, not because it wasn't good. It's just because this is for
gonna stay at the Pampered Boutique.
So, anyways, she had an option where you can get tightening cream too and do your only thing. Ooh, yes, ma'am. But yeah, so
do you really feel it tightening?
Girl.
Okay.
So that was good, but it was the vibe too. It was like a calm vibe.
Right.
It's something about that yoni thing. It makes you it automatically gives you like you know how people say they just high on life. It's like you feel like
oxytocin release.
Yeah.
But you know that's why they say that's what our
it feels so good. Like it's like you have it actually makes you feel like you done drunk wine or you might have talked to the herb or something, but you have a natural a natural high.
All of
and
this from Yoniston.
And it makes you happy.
Seriously.
Girl, I be so happy.
But you said all this from young things, baby.
We need to do. We gonna do like a Yoni thing.
We
should. We should also do like a couple thing.
We should.
Okay.
That would be great.
Yeah, they should.
But you know,
but that was how my evening went. And when I tell you it was the best evening I've had in a long time, it was a good evening.
The small things do matter.
The small things would mean a lot.
Where she get that little black dress from? And LaQuanta Holmes just say you got it in, man. Stop talking the color and blame it on the side.
Al, so you already know, don't you?
I actually got this black dress from.
It is pretty.
The Goodwill.
It is very pretty.
I actually got it from the Goodwill.
And it looks very well.
I had a wonderful night. My man came home and was like, get dressed up. Now, y'all, this is the only thing I don't like when y'all men say get dressed up. I don't know how to do the between. Like, you tell me to get dressed up or dressed down. Right. I'm gonna get dressed up or I'm gonna dress it down.
It ain't no in between.
So I put on my little black dress. I ain't gonna stand up, but I put on my little black dress. It's black. It's giving what it's supposed to give.
It's giving
the dress
little black
giving,
dress.
The dress is
it's giving little black dress. And I love it. It takes Al to notice. Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al. So I get dressed. And he's like, I'm doing something with the business and getting the car clean, and I'll be home later. And I'm just gonna grab me something. I was like, you dressing up, right? He's like, yeah. Like,
girl,
I put on these clothes.
You know, he had
it's a little black dress, so it's actually
giving.
Tailored.
Right.
So I'm walking like, you know how Sandra walked back in there, like
yeah, hip to hip,
baby, catwalk.
I said, "Baby, you ain't do no dressing up. This is your flip. You always fly like this." He had on like some little leather pants and a t-shirt with some nice kicks, and I said,
how dare you?
I could have just threw on my black shorts and my long little shirt that I was gonna wear with it, and could have just. I said, "You told me we was getting dressed up." He said, "I said, yeah, I'm gonna get dressed up a little bit," and I said, "No, you told me we was gonna get dressed up." So when dudes say get dressed up, they just mean a little bit doing extra than what they normally do. Because baby, I'm like, where we finna go fly?
Because you know when we go, we trying to put that shit on. So we dressing up when you tell us to dress up.
Baby, I wish I could. What I be going to Walmart with furs and shit on like that. I'm extra. Baby, where you going? Oh, to get some toilet tissue,
right?
Tiara and all.
With the tiara, we're going to get tissue and paper towels.
But no, it's funny because that's what my evening was there. But I had a short evening. We went out to eat and we're supposed to do some other things, but you know how they go. You never on schedule unless you're out of town. That's the only time.
But it was at a flow though.
Yeah. It's always good.
So y'all, like I said, tonight is table talk. We're doing a little vent tonight on different topics, different things. And
I think Al is a joker.
Of course, you don't know Al. Girl, I know everybody know Al. He is definitely a joker. But I had some shit I really want to talk about tonight. I'm gonna start off with these young adults. These young adults are so different now than they were when I was coming up.
Okay.
Because it's like y'all try to grow these kids up so fast, but then when they start doing grown shit, y'all want to try to discipline, but y'all got them in at that point. Like I saw a post where a little girl, even though it was a skit, she was a young lady, little girl, and she was cursing. A child cursing. And I know this child ain't no more than 6, 7. Ain't nowhere in the world a parent should be allowing their kid that age to do a skit and thinking it's funny and allow them to curse. Because I'm saying this, you're not your child's friend. When you put yourself in a position to be a child's friend, a child starts talking to you like a friend. That's where the disrespect starts. That's where the yelling starts. Because they don't have respect for you because you letting them curse. So when they start cursing you out or start cursing other adults out, how can you get mad? Because y'all thought it was funny. I don't think it's funny to allow a kid to curse. And I don't believe it's expressing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
I
like
agree.
this generation is more so laid back, but also we not taking no ish from nobody. And I feel like a lot of parents are their kids' friends because a lot of parents either have to grow up with their kid or their kid is having to grow up earlier than what they are because they end up being their parent friend, because it's always we're our generation, you rarely see a mother and father in a household together. So I feel like a child is having to grow up quicker than what it is. I also feel like this society makes a lot of things about jokes. Just like the situation with P. Diddy, everybody making fun with the jokes and the baby oil. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in this situation is really not funny because you got victims, you got people that feel some type of way about that. You know, that was
victimized.
So I feel like this generation make a lot of things jokeful. So when they're not looking at their kids cussing, they looking at their kids, oh, they just joking, they doing content. We as a different generation, we understand what comes with you allowing your kids to play like that.
Well,
because it comes
like,
with too many doors, but they don't see that. This generation don't see that. They don't see that. There's not no boundaries. If you think about it, when you go inside of a store, you rarely see children clothes different from adult clothes. Everything is alike.
It is.
Everything in this world is alike. They also have it to where kids' voices matter. You and not saying they don't, but you know, back in the day,
I mean, you don't think that voice can matter without cursing and being disrespectful.
But I'm saying, like, what I'm saying is they're making kids equal to adults,
and that's not right.
This generation is making kids equal to adults.
It's actually
kids do matter. Kids stress. Kids got this. Kids got that, and they do. But no one is putting it on a certain level.
Structure.
Everybody,
foundation.
Everybody is making them equal to an adult. You know what I'm saying? Back in our day, we really
we couldn't wear the crop tops. The days
we couldn't wear crop tops.
Right, or the biker short.
I couldn't even say lie. I had to say feel.
Story.
I couldn't say
couldn't be around.
I couldn't say heck because that was like you cussing. So and I couldn't say darn because you
couldn't even say liar.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is these kids, no one really has like let them know. Like everything is to the place to where everybody feels like an adult. There's no boundaries. You got kids, they don't know. When our parents grew up, between us, there was a difference in the income. Your mama and daddy made this amount of money, and as a child, you made this amount of money. Now kids are making the same amount of money as grown people. You in high school, you making $19.25 and your mama making $19.25.
But they still
do. But I'm saying, but you still raising it. So
it's like they raising them wrong. I don't care what they making.
No, I'm saying like there's no boundaries. There's not. There's no state. There's no boundaries. There's no fundamentals there. It's like everybody is colliding with each other.
Children should not even be guided by just money and the financial aspect. Right. They should know that it's your character. It's these principles that even get you the money.
Nothing,
So when you get the money,
kids
you
are
do
allowed
right
to engage in grown-up conversation. When grown-ups
that
are
should be
talking,
a no-no.
And that's why I'm saying that's why they don't. I don't. How me and you see it like, why this little girl on here cussing?
Right.
We see it as wrong, but the way that between
society
her age, society and the age of that child and age of her mother, they're looking at it as, oh, that's funny, that's content. My daughter don't disrespect me, but at the same time, she's a child that disrespects an adult. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand that just because she's not disrespecting you, she disrespects an adult, which is technically disrespecting you because it's making it seem like you didn't raise your child to be a better version of what she is.
Or they'll say, my child is smart. That's just because they're smart. That does not.
But so that's why I feel like
to be disrespectful
with them cussing and saying stuff like that. They're not looking at it from how we're looking at it because we was brought up totally different.
Right, and that's why I say these kids, young adults now,
they don't see it.
Different.
They don't see it because if you come to a young adult and say something about it, they don't see any wrong in letting their child.
They don't see it, or are they being lazy and raising them?
Of course, they're lazy in raising. Some of them are lazy in raising them.
I feel like
they want to be their kids' friends.
I feel like they don't see it. And this year that we in now, this big old age that we in now, this or that everybody has, it's either you get it or you don't get it, basically. And I feel like if they don't see it, it's because they wasn't taught to see it. The ones that see it, the ones that were taught to see it. You don't have all young kids not sitting on here letting they little kid cuss and not letting they little
because
kids.
They living through their children. They try to do the thing, let their kids do the things, dress in ways that they wasn't allowed to dress and do, and they live through their kids.
Yes,
try to have their kids doing a lot of different things.
That's emotional instincts too. Yes,
and we had that going on, and I think it's sad. And when you try to talk to the young adults, they feel like you don't know anything. But I know we probably felt like that when we were young and raised.
But we said it in a different way.
Totally different.
Correct.
They'll tell you that to your face.
And
we would have called and told our homegirl and been like,
there's no decorum.
Girl, why my mama trying to tell me, or why her and her friend trying to tell me, girl, they can't tell me what to do. Like,
right.
We were like, how would you even
tell our mom and
we
our
mom?
Like, what?
Right.
They would have told me.
They go beyond what they
and everybody
we ready to meet up to fight. I ain't know you don't put it on Facebook and get 700 views because they trying to meet up to fight a 40-year-old and then they twins like, little girl, stay in your place.
Nah, I've been
That's horrible.
You said you getting there.
I've been making sure I keep my
because it's gonna go that way.
Like the usher.
I do not condone to it, but
it's
I ain't
go that way.
Don't push me.
I ain't know, but don't push.
Right.
We can handle this way. We can handle it that.
I can talk about it, cheers about it,
or we can do something else about it. I feel you.
Because I be trying to make sure I grow up. I be trying to make sure that I grow up and that I don't mess up what I work so hard for, because within a snap of your mind, sometimes you get so mad and you don't even realize that you just one reaction can mess up your whole.
Absolutely. But that's why you have to have a high emotional intelligence level, which that's just saying you cannot allow your actions your feelings to dictate your actions. You cannot say because you feel this type of way that you're going to go and validate something that could cause, X, Y, and Z. So it's having
it's easy to say until you get
I was gonna say,
because you didn't put that.
What's her name? Igana daughter over here, right, baby? Because I tried
a couple of degrees from getting my PhD.
I be trying.
And
I'm not perfect.
And sometimes
I don't know everything.
These kids do certain things because they have to be adults faster than they are supposed to, like keeping younger siblings. When my kids was young, they never had to watch one another, because I feel like a kid can't watch a kid. Kids are not grown because you can't discipline me. If you're a child, what my 13-year-old look like discipline my 10-year-old? My 10-year-old gonna be like, boy, you can't tell me nothing. So sometimes these kids have to be put in adult shoes.
That's what I said.
I think so, but I think it goes back to the whole structure and foundation thing, right? Because there's a difference in you raising your children, like where the siblings are taking on a structure of a set of responsibilities, versus you saying, hey, you got to fend for the whole house plus your siblings. So again, I just kind of think it goes back to structure.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that when you're a single parent,
and that's why I'm making it more logical. Right. Exactly, you're right.
Sometimes single parents,
and even married people,
even married people when the husband and wife both work different, shifts. Sometimes the older
or lack of
do have to watch the younger siblings.
Family support.
But you say, is it right? But like you said, it's family support. We all we got, and we have to stick in here and help out. Yeah. But is it right that we make our children do that? It may not be right, but we still have to do it, because you got to look at this. When we're working, we can't afford nannies. We can't afford daycare. We can't afford nobody going to pick kids up and stay with kids while mama or daddy work.
I was too nervous to leave my kids to watch the other. It was all boys too. Oh,
but then you may have a good support system with somebody to watch your kids. Everybody don't have
that too. We're at a different technological world, so I mean, you can watch them too.
What's an age for them to watch themselves? Right. Because kids are sneaky. Kids do things.
I'm saying like they are. I'm saying I made it to an age to where
that's when you learn about your children.
It was not. It wasn't an older watching a little kid. It was the way to where everybody was of age, like 14, 15. Oh, you 14, you 15. Y'all can watch yourselves right quick while I go do something.
But what did you do? What do you do when you're 14? Get into some trouble and do something. The 15-year-old, they not watching them. They watching themselves. Yeah, they're gonna be a 14-year-old. They're gonna do shit.
It has to come with me personally as a single mother. I just tried to put the fear in everything. Like even if I lied about if you do this, something gonna happen. Like I just used to just try.
But you know that shit don't work with these kids.
It don't work with these kids. But with the grace of God, it worked. It worked with me. It worked with me though.
This is the thing.
But at the same time, the generation is different.
So we got to take different measures to handle these kids. Now we can't handle these kids the same way our parents handle us.
But that's why
it's totally
no
different.
offense. It don't got nothing to do with me.
Well, we know it don't now. It don't got nothing to do with it. But you know what I mean? Because
I don't mean no offense. These kids these days, whoo, baby.
Because the kids, they have more access.
Yes, and again, going back to technology.
These kids these days is totally different.
But again, there's restrictions, there's a foundation, because too, you can be creating a way to actually build with your children, like giving them that space that they feel like that they have. You could be watching them, the whole time.
I was just gonna say that they got it to where people, the mamas is gone and they can do like this. What you doing in that kitchen?
Well, yeah, but
why'd you eat it? Did I tell you?
Do you think that's 100%? That's not 100% either.
No, not necessarily.
Like when they going to school, you can think they at school because you send them out to go to school. They ain't even going to school. They going somewhere else.
No,
and these kids so smart they know how to go around the
campus. But these parents, these parents these days, you got to be consistent and persistent when it comes to kids.
Yeah,
that means you got to have that phone. You got to have the notifications set up to where your kids not going inside them classes. Like if I had kids these days, I'm going to make sure I have a personal connection with their teachers.
So if they're not there,
if they're not there, let me know. I'm going to have a connection with the office, with the principal. Like I'm going to, you have to be involved with these kids.
Yes,
I do recommend a Ring camera if you got kids and you're a single mom, you need to go. You do need to have. You need to be so far up in their business they feel like.
And again, for the married women too,
you have to. These kids these days, you have to be in their business. Like you have to be all in their Kool-Aid.
Yes, you do.
When I was younger, I had this friend. Her daddy, she didn't have no bedroom door.
Took the door
a lot of people come.
I took
from
that
knobs
off. I never took the door off because my son called himself locking the door. Ain't no locked doors in my house, so I took the whole knob off. Never took a door, but I did take the knob.
I'm baffled. I was not. Thank you, Mama, Dad. I mean, maybe if you was a little strict, maybe I wouldn't have got pregnant at 16. But that's neither here nor there. I know good and well. My door. When I went to her house to spend the night, she's like, "Yeah, we spent." I said,
"With no door,
where's your door?"
To go home, then. I'm ready to go home.
Where's your door?
I need my privacy.
What did you do? What did you do for your dad to take your door?
Get your door taken. But no, that explains a lot more.
But yeah, these kids, like the door was gone. So it's like a different ways that you could be the parent that be cool with your kids, or you could be the parent that let your kid know, boy, you got me messed up for the whole
time. You could still be both. You could be that mom, that parent that's like, look, I don't play. But then you could also be, when I say both, I'm saying open. Like, let's just say, let's go to sex education, right? You could tell a child, don't do this, don't have sex, don't. Or you could sit them down and say, look, if you have sex, these are the possibilities as to what's to come. Pregnancy, STD,
Making the line of communication open.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yes, and teaching them versus just saying no.
Say this. My parents was all, don't have sex, you're gonna get pregnant.
And don't question nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, get pregnant. Anybody getting pregnant? I promise you, that's why I said my kids. If somebody would have came to me and would have been like, girl, don't you? My mom wasn't about that life. The life that I made for my mom wasn't about that life. She was a good girl. She married my dad
so
at night.
You test the water.
Yeah, baby, I tested the tsunami. Like, forget the water. I was in a whole tsunami, hurricane, and tornado. Like, I tested all of them. I was a storm chaser. But
wow.
I mean, I
understand
because, like, I tested every waters, like, but it was never no. She was 19 when she got married to my dad. My dad was her first, and they were together for 25, 28 years, something like that.
Oh, so, that makes a difference.
Yeah. So, what I was trying to do and be on, she really didn't have no knowledge. She knew that. Okay, I had boys trying to come to me. I think my dad was like maybe her second boyfriend. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But my mama wasn't about this. So she really can't. All I know is, but she had brothers. So she could tell me what she know of, but not what she experienced of. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to when I was younger and I dealt with it, she didn't know what it was to be a single mother. Because her and my dad, she didn't know what a food stamp was to get it. She didn't know what a baby daddy was, or you getting pregnant at 16. So
you somebody would a lot of things,
right?
So if somebody would have come to me and said, "Look, don't get pregnant at 16," because here's the deal: nobody wants to talk about it, but it wants to be real about it. They just want to keep it. When I was growing up, I love me some Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim. She didn't tell me.
No, that was your eyes.
Hey, and I liked the Monica and Brandy too.
Right.
But for some reason, I like the sexy look because I felt like the only way that I felt like boys would pay you attention if you look sexy.
Correct.
If you look sexy. I wasn't.
But there's a lot of young girls who think that.
And I wasn't comfortable in my skin because I was dark skinned. Dark skinned people got talked about back in the day. I was dark skinned. I had big lips,
darkest in.
Big lips. My eyes was big. You know what I'm saying? So like I wasn't comfortable, and I felt like I had to be sexy in order for a guy to look at me. And so Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown was who I'm more clean to.
And so that I said, feel comfortable.
Tell me about all this. They told me
they made the sexy look good,
but they didn't tell me.
And they didn't tell you being natural,
with it.
Right?
The pros and cons.
I feel like
being
open with your child really does help because if I was to have a girl, I would have told her, "Hey, baby."
Because you definitely can't raise daughters the way you raise your son.
He might tell you this and might tell you that, but if you get pregnant, it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm not.
Only thing that I was told was after the fact, Erica, you done got pregnant. It's gonna be hard as hell for you.
It's too late, then. It's too late.
You need a scare straight.
You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I didn't need you to tell me it was gonna be hard as hell. And I understand that your way of probably was looking at it and telling me was to be like, oh, she made her bed, I'm gonna make her lay in it. And I feel like that's the most misconcepted and wrong directional place we as a culture do when it comes to a young lady when she gets pregnant. Is to make her be like, it was her bed, I'm gonna make her lay up in it. No, because that is a path to destruction.
That's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother episode right there. Because I got something to say on that, but I ain't gonna talk about that because that's not one of my gripes.
But I feel like the way
you
come to kids, it really does matter because if I would have had someone tell me more than just if you have sex, you're gonna get pregnant, or you can get a disease. Okay, I'm finna get a condom, and girl, everybody finna get pregnant. Because just what you know what I'm saying.
That would have worked for you, because some girls did get told that.
Yeah,
and it's like when they was
and the ones that didn't. I used to be like,
because they want to experiment and they want to
experience. I know she out there. She ain't. Her mama must have told her.
No, they was told.
My mama put the fear,
right?
Put the fear in me to where
scared them straight.
I can't go tell my mom I'm having sex. Like, what? I ain't gonna never get to go outside.
That's because that make you scared, because you want to keep doing everything you was doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my mama did what she was supposed to do, what she knew how to do it.
Right.
I brought on a whole different game plan that I don't think nobody was ready for back then.
You said you made them, you forced them to be ready.
I don't think they was ready for it. Hell, I still don't be ready for it sometimes. And it's my life. But I'm just saying, like,
I got through it because all your boys are grown now. So you got through it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
With the grace of God.
I love that. Yes, amen.
But it does a foundation, being consistent with your children and being persistent, it really does. That was what I was saying. Like, that really does matter, and staying there and not. So we are conditioned as Black families to just, I said what I said and I mean it, and don't question me. And it's like,
do what I say and not as I do.
They can't do what you say if they don't understand.
Lead by example. We have a problem with leading by example because we don't like to accept and take accountability for what we went wrong in raising.
A lot of people don't be real. Right. And that's what I tell my kids. I know I did this.
You have
but you can't do
accountability for your parts.
I already made the mistakes for you. So
because in the Bible they say don't agitate your parents, but it also say don't agitate your children. So it works hand in hand.
Okay, well, let's get off of these badass children. Okay. Grown, wanna be grown.
What's your other gripe?
So, and then I'm let y'all. I know y'all probably got some gripes too, but this was not only my gripe. This was a couple other ladies' gripes that was in my inbox, wanted us to discuss and talk about. And this about the men. I want to get on these men that or let's just say relationships. When you're in a relationship with a guy, because when guys let us know that they have an issue with something, us as women, we tend to listen to them and try to change our behavior if we think it's, you know,
aggravating them.
It's
not helping.
Causing discourse. Right.
But when we go to the men and tell them how we feel about certain things, why is it we nagging? Why we can't go to them and tell them, well, you making me feel like this when you do this, or when I see you doing this, I don't like it. Now you saying all I'm doing is nagging or I'm bitching. Why is it I'm bitching and I'm nagging when I'm letting you know how you making me feel, or something you're doing making me feel a certain way? When I go to you, it's nagging, but when you come to me, you want me to be understanding and listening. You want me to be your safe space to come and talk, but you can't be my safe space. Why, when
that
I'm
sounds
feeling
like narcissistic abuse.
Yeah, when I'm feeling a certain way, let me come to you and tell you that I'm feeling a certain way, and you listen. But don't listen for a response. Listen to hear me. Because sometimes people say, yeah, I'm listening to you as you're talking, and they listen, but they listen for a comeback because they can't wait to rebuttal what you're saying or argue with what you're saying or not accept, you feeling the way you feel. I don't like that in men, And somebody said Sean, it's selfish behavior. Don't allow me to come and tell you how I'm feeling, and you can come and tell me. Or if I come and tell you, I'm nagging and I'm bitching.
Right.
Or
I feel like men have been taught, not all, but some, and I feel like the ones that do not move like this are the ones that are self-teaching and really trying to tune in with making everything around them happy. But for the most part, I feel like men have been so much taught that talking about emotions or showing your emotion side is for women. And so I feel like once they don't understand the whole connection of like when it comes to emotions, that period, like you have your emotions, she say what she say, and you say what you say, they don't understand the whole thing of really soaking in and be like, let me listen to her, let me understand her.
Let me understand
because they feel,
her.
when it comes to emotions, they feel like it's the
But
woman thing.
But
anyway.
it's because they feel as though they don't have the solution. So it goes back to what you just said, right? They've had to compress their feelings this whole time. They've had to shut down. So they've had to learn different mechanisms to just get over it, so to speak. So by the time they get in a relationship, how can we really expect for a man to really pour his heart out and know how to receive that same thing if it's not being poured into him by the people?
Well, sometimes you can pour
which
it
that's
into
not an
man.
excuse.
Yeah, it's not.
And
Because
that's the whole thing. Like right now, this whole generation is so focused on making it a safe space for a man. And
what about making a safe space?
And you're right.
I get
that.
It's so many.
That's so true.
It's so many, and I get that because I make it a safe space for a man, and I make posts about my man being a safe space, and I love him. But a whole just total, just general. It's so many pick me females out here that for some reason everybody is just trying to make a safe space for a man, and I understand that men and women both need to be taken care of equally in order for the relationship to be together. And when you're making a safe space for a man, you're not doing anything different. You're actually being a grown.
You're being a woman.
Yes, that's a relationship.
For me, it's not being a pick-me, but it's definitely just having a logical understanding, because it's like
for Black women,
right? Because
the more you give, the more can be.
The more we voice. When you voice, you predator, are the bitter, so right? Or you're angry woman. You're nagging. You're nagging. Are you angry? Right. When Black women set boundaries for themselves, they are bitter. They're angry. They're annoying. They're ruining days, ruining my day, or this. My man is good at listening and saying, "Babe, what's up?" But some days he has his moments to where I'm just like, "Babe,
give me my time."
Why does it seem like? And what's crazy, I said, babe, why is it y'all men want us to be safe for y'all, but when women say stuff, y'all say we're nagging, complaining?
Or we're running
why is my emotions in the way I feel cannot be put on the same pedestal or the same type of standard or level that you require yours to be put on when you want my understanding? I say 97% of the time my dude is with that talking and but the other three I understand, you know what I'm saying? It's new to that. We've been on a better communication for the last 2 years. So
because that's what it all boils down to.
But you also sometimes have to teach people how to love you. And how the way that we're loving and the way that I was loving him, he's not used to that type of love. And there's no diss on anybody that was with him,
is a form of
or
self-love,
anybody, his mom or his sisters or nothing like that. But he wasn't used to the type of love that I was giving him. He wasn't used to that coming from a woman that he's in a intimate
and that's
with.
all I was getting to.
Yeah, and so when I love like that, it could be kind of
so you gotta be patient
to where, you know, this, that, and third. But now we're on the level, and sometimes a person just who they is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for the most part,
that's when they say love them for who they are and where they are.
And for the most part, like I said, 97% of the time is you can talk, who they could talk. It's a safe place for me. It's a safe place for you. But the 3% of the time, he still got that dude in him, and he's just like, and I'm like, no, that's not cool, because the other day when you were talking to me, I listened, and I didn't, even though sometimes, man, y'all could be getting on our damn nerves. Right. We just got through listening to the manager come with some extra stuff. Then we got the kids over here texting us or bothering us with some extra stuff.
Now,
then you got some other stuff, and then here you come with some bullshit. But we as women, we don't say, babe, I don't want to listen to this shit right now because I just did. We sit up there and be like, yeah, babe, what is it that I can do for you?
Because we try to be attentive to their feelings.
And we be attentive to your feelings. So then when we have a moment, just deal with it. Because nine times out of 10, if you have a good woman and she's coming to you about something,
she's very
if you
selfless.
really listen to her, she's not asking you for much. She's telling you exactly what she needs.
Exactly.
But you just got to be willing to understand and hear. And so I feel like Safe spaces should be
listening.
Safe space should be for everybody. And and to make a man a safe space, that doesn't mean that you're allowing him to walk all over you.
Oh, when it comes
to a man's safe space, it's not saying that, oh, I let my man do whatever he do and I let him be a man. Because some women think that, some women feel like making a man a safe space is allowing a man to be a man and do whatever he do and he come home.
I hate that thing when they say let a man be a man. What does? Because I don't get
making a safe space like that means making a safe space is allowing
safe space
somebody to be vulnerable without throwing it in their face.
I get that. The safe space and all that part, but
be a human.
When I hear women say, "Well, men will be men," or you got to allow a man to be a man. If a man is a man, you can't allow him to be a man.
Because it's in him.
It's in him. It's who he is. How do you allow him to be something that he is? If he's a man, that's just like me telling you, I'm going to allow you to be a woman today. You're going to look at me like, what the fuck you mean? Allow me to be a woman. I'm a woman every day.
So women and men both have to have a delivery.
It's just it's the way everybody.
If somebody came to you and said,
like,
I'm
somebody said
you to do something
and put it in somebody, and it's just been going on for generations and generations. Because the older I get, some of the shit that they be saying now, I be like,
exactly.
What she say? Woman to woman when she called that lady up. I'm like, when I was younger, I'm over there clean up woman. But now I get older. I'm like,
clean up woman.
Girl, what stuff you call Charlotte? This
I'm dirty.
Like what? Like
no, ma'am.
But
hey, God, mama.
It's just like, I don't know. I just feel like Black women, for some reason, we don't have a safe space.
Right.
Malcolm X did say that.
And
we
make everybody's space around us safe, but our own. And that's crazy, but it's true. And Black men say they don't have a safe space, but they do. It's just that certain women, they don't play that shit. And that's how they make it safe for you.
Right.
For you is by them not playing this shit. Like they don't play that. Like you can't come over here with all that bull crap and you saying, oh, she not making a safe space for me because you playing games with her and she approaching you about what you're doing to her and not letting you get over on her. So now you feel like, oh, it's not a safe space. Every time I go in home, my girl arguing. Every time I walk in there,
maybe sometimes your woman can see greater and more in you than you displaying yourself. Because sometimes us as women, why in the Bible we try to uplift our men. Uplift our men, especially when we see them going astray or doing wrong, or something that's not going to be beneficial to them. We, as the woman, and like George said, we are nurturers. We're trying to stop, just like we do our kids. We're trying to stop the devil before the devil get at them. But they'll see that. Don't be trying to change me. It's not that I'm trying to change you. It's not that I'm trying to run you. It's not. I'm seeing greater in you, and I see better potential in you.
Correct.
So it's not if I didn't love and care about you, I wouldn't have nothing. I'll let you do. I don't care what you do.
I feel like this. Men are the foundation, but the women are the glue, the nails, or whatever. You can have a nice foundation, but if you ain't got something holding it together, it's gonna crumble. I feel like the dude is the foundation and the woman is the glue. It holds it together for everything. The man might have the money and bring it in, but it's that woman that's taking care of the household. It's that woman that's letting you know
she's doing the hard part.
But she's maintaining it.
It's that woman that's letting you know, hey, this is do this, or you got a meeting right here, or babe, this is how we can work this out. It's that woman behind a successful man. There's a successful woman helping that man make sure he maintain everything.
Absolutely.
So a man is the foundation. The woman makes it. It's like the glue. She keeps everything together. I feel like the man is
So
the
the
head,
man is the head and the
woman
woman is the neck.
Yes,
True.
it's true.
Correct.
And I feel like
because the neck is gonna tell the head which way to go.
I feel like some
Which way to go?
And your
The
brain
neck, the head
is what
can't do nothing
dictates.
without
and
the
I feel
neck.
like
You're
some
going
men
to do
do
that.
have safe spaces, but because that woman is not allowing them to play with her, they'll make other people feel like it's not safe. Bro, every time I go home, she want to argue. Bro, every time I go home, I just don't feel like being there no more. Or this is why I cheat. And it's like sometimes,
and they make take
or this is
accountability.
why I want a divorce, because it's not comfortable for me. It is comfortable. It's just that you don't want what
structure.
Comes with
you don't want structure.
You don't want her structure.
Foundation.
Because there's some women, as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
and that has been there. I have been with a dude and be doing everything, and found out the man was talking a certain type of way about me, and like what? And when you talk, and when you are around real women, whether they the man family or not, the real woman gonna approach you like, hey, this boy said this about you, but I don't see none of that about you. That is lying. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, I understand that some man could sit here and say, she didn't make it safe for me, and she didn't, and it's like,
Jordan, no. Look,
Jordan, something else. A woman ain't never got me in nothing.
There's a difference in a one. If a woman never guided you in something, then
you ain't
I hate
that
you ain't never been able to experience it.
That's
And I
exactly. It's a whole lot.
If a woman has never guided you, then you have never been in the presence of a real woman.
Mm.
All I'm saying is, can y'all answer my question? If you don't have a safe place, then whose fault is that? First of all,
it could actually be your own, because again,
it's not always
both ladies was just talking about being receptive. Self-love is a part of being able to receive love. And so a part of your love language is, for a lot of people, words of affirmation. So if you are not having the patience to be receptive to somebody else's trajectory on how you're making them feel, then you could actually not create your own safe space while trying to do so. So it's all a matter of how you look at it.
And hold on.
Yes. Okay.
It's all a matter of how you look at everything. And you have to also, it's not even just man versus woman or woman versus man. You have to ask yourself, what are you doing with that individual to where they are making it safe for you? Are you giving them a space to make it safe for you? Are you a person that's easy to talk to? Are you a person that's easy to understand? What type of space are you making around yourself?
Because sometimes you can be the space.
It can be the space that you're creating for yourself. Correct. So you have to ask yourself in the mirror, am I putting out what I'm looking for? A lot of people ask for what they're not giving. A lot of people want what they cannot even give themselves.
So sometimes
you have to make sure that you're even putting out that energy to even receive what you want.
Exactly.
And to
the laws of nature.
Mr. Him, women always come to me for advice, guys, including all these real women. Here's the deal.
Jordan.
Look at Erica. Look, Erica is ready to get on you, Jordan, because you heard here's the deal. Give him the deal.
Here's the deal.
Give him the deal.
A real woman is not telling you what you need to do. A real woman is not forcing you to do what you need to do. A real woman is simply giving you guidance and encouragement. She is supposed to balance you out. So if she see you going left and she knows that going left is going to hear destruction, she's supposed to give you a reason onto why you shouldn't do something.
And you're supposed to take heed
and not saying don't turn left. No,
right?
Baby,
no,
if you go left, here are the obstacles that can happen.
Ways.
She's not trying to run your life.
Right.
She's not trying to tell you. She's giving you guidance. And
that's
you're
why
supposed
God
to give her guidance as well.
That's
why the relationship is supposed to be 50-50. People think it's supposed to be 50-50 financial. No, it's supposed to be 50-50 spiritually and mentally and physically. You're supposed to be able to balance that person when that person can't balance. When that person can't pray for themselves, you're supposed to pray for them. If that person is lost, you're supposed to be able to give them the
and really,
voice
you're supposed to be doing that already.
So make it so where when that person is down, you are up. That's why if you notice sometimes in a relationship, you have your moments where he's winning and she's in her down moment, and then he's in his down moment, and then y'all both are going together. Because at some point in a relationship, you are supposed to balance people off. Most women don't have the foresight y'all speaking on, nor can women guide a man. The one thing I agree with is balance. A woman can't guide a man. Because why do you think that God decided to bring a woman in? She brought him from his rib. We are a part of a man. However, y'all need some of the nurturing, the guidance, and love that we give. We see things totally different in order for you to move. You see things totally different in order for us to move.
And men move
because you had to have a woman,
even
if it was your mom, to guide you and show you different things. It don't have to. You just may not have found that mate yet.
A woman always be the guide,
but you had a woman.
Your first teacher, it should be your mother.
Exactly.
And if you didn't have
if
you didn't have a mother to be your first teacher, that's probably why you don't understand where we're
coming from. He has to understand, because he's understanding with the term of balance. So he has to know somewhere that the woman brings.
God brought a woman in, and y'all listen to a damn snake. But guess what? Hold on. But listen,
there you go.
Can you put a little bit more in my? I'm finna shut him down right quick. We listen to a snake, but who did y'all listen to us? Who did y'all listen to? Us. Eve listened to a snake, but Adam listened to Eve, and that's why got in trouble.
He wasn't leading.
But you're saying that a man wasn't guiding. A woman has always been guiding since day one. Even if she might have guided him in the wrong direction, a man has always she's still guiding. She's still guiding.
And honestly, because she had to be in that position, she's still
guiding. So at the end of the day, women has been guiding. You got some that guide them in the right.
How important is it? Is femininity in a relationship very important?
You're supposed to be feminine whether you're in a relationship or not.
Right. And that's women.
Y'all let it. But some of us didn't lead, but some of us don't lead like that. But I'm just telling you, your first leader was a woman, because you came out of a woman.
Yes, right. But you bring balance with family and love.
But we understand that we're not the leader. We're a guider.
There's a difference.
And then a leader and a guider. Because a leader and a guider. And a real woman will allow a man
because he's being led her by God.
If he is showing that he can lead.
Yes.
But if a woman does not feel like she's being led in the right direction, baby, she will not follow. But to go back to what he said, how important is feminine in a relationship?
It's very important, and that's on for a woman.
But is she bringing it to you?
But let me say this. Let me say this. It has to be from the feminine. Has to be from a woman, because now sometimes men speak from a feminine standpoint, and they act and they show emotions from a feminine standpoint, and sometimes women be in their masculine form.
Yeah,
because that's why I say opposite. When men sit and argue with a woman, because a real man will never sit and argue with a woman, because a real man is going to say what he has to say his piece. Then he's going to listen to you, but whenever you get done, he's going to say his piece, and that's it. He's not going to sit and argue.
Now we just got to go back and making a safe space. So if it's on his mind to say what he got to say, it don't necessarily mean that he's arguing. That also means that he's just saying what he has to say, right. and you and him are trying.
But it's the back and forth thing.
Sometimes it takes for you to go back and forth.
But that petty type of energy.
A real man. He's gonna sit and listen to his woman.
Draining.
He's gonna sit and listen to his woman and try to understand his woman.
That's true.
From a man's standpoint, but I'm gonna understand her and listen to her. But once she's get done, I'm going to be relatable to her feelings, and I'm gonna try to address that. But I'm gonna talk to her and be in my masculine standpoint.
What's y'all definition of femininity? My definition of femininity is loving, caring,
supportive,
empathetic.
Basically,
very empathetic. You have to have empathy when it comes to
basically. I just feel like if you feel like a woman is treating you like her child, she's not treating you like her child. It just comes from her nurturing part. Some of them not treating you like that. It just comes from her being nurturing.
She's not trying
to emasculate you or control your life, is that she has this, when she reaches certain love for you, it's a mama bear energy.
Right.
So
it's a protector.
It's a protection.
Yes.
So a woman also is a protector,
which lets you know that woman loves you.
She kind of sits back with it and lets you lead. But when it's time to jump on ship on board, she will definitely do it.
Right.
But she's a leader.
Right.
And she's also a leader. A feminine, she's a leader, but she knows when to lead and how to lead. She doesn't overstep the man's boundary and let him
because she
lead.
knows how to be submissive.
She knows how to be submissive.
She
knows
feminine
how to be
and submissive ladies.
She knows how to be a woman at all times.
And see, a lot of women lacks that, because
they do,
especially when it comes to being submissive. We think, I'm not gonna be submissive, but being submissive, a man have to give you something to be submissive to.
Now that's very true,
because you can be a leader, but you're not gonna lead me to a brick wall.
No,
you got to lead me to success and greatness. You can't lead me to a brick wall and think I'm gonna follow.
I think the problem is a lot of men say she's not submissive. But what was your previous intake with her before, for the reason for her not to be submissive?
Right.
You're right.
A woman is always going to be submissive. A woman in general is going to be submissive. We look. I don't like being hard,
and we do.
I swear, I'm in my soft girl era, and it feels
amazing.
I'm not on my Christian rock right now.
Okay.
I'm
not on
amazing.
You just
I'm not on there. I'm on Miss Rose.
I swear.
Like I'm
I don't want to. I mean,
I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to holler. I don't want to go back. I'm gonna cry. Like I'm gonna cry first. Like I
love that. I'm at that stage.
And I don't want to cuss you out.
That is healing.
I'm gonna just cry.
You guys,
I'm gonna tell you I'm sorry. I don't want to go to bed angry.
Right.
Yes, that's gross.
Now don't play with me.
Right.
But for the most part, I don't wanna do all that. Like I'm not on that level no more. I really just want to build and make it. Like the world, like everything is so quick. 1 minute somebody can be here at 7:03 and the next minute at
7:05 they
gone. And so like here's the deal. I want to make sure that I leave and embark in somebody's life so be that they think about me for forever, infinity.
Right.
Even when they with somebody else, they still
thinking about me.
Right. So I don't want to do all that. I done did all that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do all that.
Because it feels good for a woman to have a man to.
I want to
allow her
feel
to be
hard
safe.
and allow her to be safe.
Leave me.
Yes.
Leave me.
Yeah. When a woman
feels safe, I don't want to pump no more motherfucking gas. I don't want to bring no more groceries in.
You don't want to pick up no hammer, no nail. You don't want to screw up.
Right. So when you
I don't even want to take no hair out the shower. I don't even want to take no hair out the sink, out the dryer.
I know, right?
Like, what's this? Knowing that it's clogged up, I don't want to touch nothing.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing.
But you know what, Erica and LaQuinta, really quick, this goes back into being feminine and knowing how to be feminine, because when you are walking in your feminine energy, you get that from a man naturally. He wants to find things to do for you, you know, and he wants to fulfill your goals and happiness.
They definitely would make
men they're simple.
You
like they're smart,
the right
but they're
type
really
of man,
simple.
He'll make you forget everything that their ex did. He'll make you can tell,
girl.
You can tell.
Anyway, let's take turns.
Look, because Jordan, I like to stay feminine. But look, I love that brother. Look, a lot of people don't know. Me and Jordan go back to high school, middle school, all that. But anyway,
he said y'all take turns. Okay.
Listen, he knows I want to stay in my feminine energy. We all do.
The right type of man will make you very calm. He will balance you out. Right. He will have you to where you can always tell a girl that when she with somebody, he a garden tool and she a garden tool. You could tell that y'all like your God is said like you could tell when they not what it is, because she will. Why you still bitter and you got a whole dude? You know what I'm saying? You can tell what type of dude a girl has by the girl's aura.
That's true.
You know, if she than her dude one. You know what I'm saying? If she come and collect them, 9 times out of 10, her dude
right, got her in a certain type of way to make her.
He doesn't want her to feel that way.
Correct, baby. I wasn't mad at. No baby daddy, no ex. I was really happy that they did what they did.
I know that's right, because I was
so loyal. I was loyal to a fault. So I never would have moved. You know what I'm saying? It had to really be some pounding for me to move. And I'm really glad that they did, because when I ran into him, it's just like I be looking at my, it's like, hey,
okay, you and
your girl doing good. It's the girl that you cheat on me with. Y'all work it out. But you can tell the ones that still they mess with a garden tool dude, because you still got bitterness from your ex. Why do you still got bitterness from your ex and you got a whole nother situation?
But that's her not knowing her worth.
Why you still know that's the type of she got?
Right, because he cannot be making her happy.
If your man gives you a type of energy, you're not gonna be.
And that's my point, for her to be staying there.
Yeah, nothing that the dude
say. Why are a lot of women intimidated by intelligent men? A real woman,
baby, stimulate me.
Girls, a real woman,
right?
Like a man.
Men that are sapiosexuals, basically. But seriously,
stimulate me.
Stimulate, for the mind, like stimulate my mind.
Read me a bedtime story. Right. Read on.
But you know what? Like, listen, an intellectual man is just like a man that's able to provide safety to his woman, and you could tell when that man is providing that. When I say safety, I'm not just talking about the weapons and none of that. I'm talking about you go, even being intellectually safe. Knowing that he has this type of foundation he goes by.
We don't know. Because the stuff they be talking, I don't know, because I'm like, shit, you got the wrong type of woman.
Right. If a man is not intellectual, there's no foundation. He has to be intellectual and able to move the way that he needs to move, because if he's not, he will not be able to lead you in the direction that y'all would need to be leading. And that's why a woman would not be submissive, because her man is not intellectual the way that he should be intellectual in order for them to lead. You have to be intellectual if you're going to be in a relationship and call yourself a man and want a woman to be submissive to you, because you have to strategically know the ways that y'all need to go. And of course, things happen, life, we have to go, but you also have to be intellectual and know how to move when stuff like that crumble. Like,
I was just going to say, Erica, let's speak on the definition of intellectual, right? Because
what do you say? Can we be real for a second?
Yes,
literally.
But listen,
John has not had any real women.
A man being intellectual in books is totally different than a man being intellectual and knowing how to maneuver in life.
Street smarts and books. That's my definition.
Okay, so we got to break it down. So, Jorn, when you say
that wasn't Jorn, that was Dewan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Dewan. When you say about a man being intellectual, please provide us
some context. That's not true.
That's
not true,
baby. We are reserved.
And that's not true, because no matter how big the penis is, that don't make me be submissive to you. You have to bring more to the table than a big dick. Trust me.
You want to understand this?
That's
you say real woman all the time. Let me take it back. Let me tell you something. A real woman, she could leave a doctor to go be with somebody that is a mechanic or working at McDonald's. She can leave somebody that has a big John
and he can and
got 6 figures for somebody that has a little John and only making or only making 3 figures. Exactly. Like, you gotta understand, when it comes to a real woman, she doesn't care about that. She's not gonna be submissive because you have that. Did you not understand what I just said?
Listen, I got about 15 submissive women in my call log. Somebody lying.
Baby,
we ain't talking about the type of women. Talking about the type of women he got in his call.
You're right.
Because
but see, I'm gonna say this.
With no substance.
I don't know them women, so let me say this. Either you getting played or you doing the play in. Because one of them women out of your 15 is probably playing you like they submissive, but they're not being submissive.
Or are you
baby, if you got 15 women and all of them submissive to you and you think the way you thinking, you ain't never came across a real woman. Because that's not how we think like that, and nor do we act like that. A real woman we cannot be stimulated off of sex alone, sweetie. So your penis will never matter. Because a real woman is not stimulated off of sex alone. Now we can go back up to him where he said something about being intellectual, because a penis don't have no movement over here, and that's coming from a real woman.
Fact.
Yes, like the usher in church. Yes.
Well, John, I can't help it. I'm shaking my head because I know she's right.
Church.
But seriously, because you could have a big whatever, and if a woman is not following your direction, you can't get her to follow your direction. I mean, what's the point? If you are not leading her anywhere, what's the point? So
if you have a big thing and you think and you have a woman and you're not intellectual, then man think for some reason women, we don't just go with the motion, and she's just using you for sex.
Right, because your penis so big, that's what she uses.
There are some women
because you think you play.
There are some women that plays their role, and they are some women that don't want relationships, and they tell you what they want. So the ones that you think are being submissive to you, she's probably being submissive to you to a level to where you can provide for her.
Right.
But when it comes to actually for her following your lead or doing something, she might not be that submissive. Because like I said,
that's a commodity.
Now that's checkmate.
That's a commodity.
Checkmate, John. All you got to offer.
Now back to being intellectual. You have to be for me, a man has to be intellectual when it comes to book smarts and street smarts in order to know how to be his woman. Because you have to be both in this world. You have to know how to go which way in this world. You have to know that if all y'all got is dirt and some herbs, we finna make us a garden. If all y'all got is one car, then we finna figure out, baby, if we gotta work together, we just gotta work together. And then I'm gonna give me a car, and then we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, or I'm gonna do this, and while you doing this and doing that, like you have to be building together. You have to know how to move either way when it comes to this world. You have to have y'all capping right now. Let's get back to the finale. Y'all was doing good there. Nah, because see, you brought it out.
Right.
You brought it out.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the truth. You brought it out. You got the
and we ain't capping.
Right, you're on the truth hurt. You don't want to hear the truth.
We can add each one of our dudes to this live, and they'll tell you everything that we said to back it up. One thing about me, I don't speak out loud what I can't back up, and that's coming from a real
woman. I'm in the middle.
Like that, I do not speak out loud what I can't back up. Everything I say with confidence because I am that.
Did you see the hair flip?
And you know what? Wisdom.
Flip it again.
I am that.
Comes from the experience.
I am that. Now, I'm not fronting on here acting like I didn't have some growth that I need. I did have some growth. Right. But right now,
that's what makes you real.
I am that. And that's why I can tell you the difference.
See, John, you can get up off of me.
I will argue, but I don't want to look on the shaker.
John, you can get off of me. You're a bobblehead shaking my head. Okay, I know we probably our time because I know our director has told us.
We having so much fun.
But I got one more thing. I just want to talk about my gripe.
Okay.
So what's this about when people get to posting shit on Facebook? Ooh. They make their statuses, they make a post, but as soon as you comment on what they in the post, they ready to argue. Why you ready? You want to tussle because I comment on what you post? I'm just giving my opinion. Not saying you got to agree. Yeah. We can agree to disagree, but y'all ready to argue, tussle, and meet up and some more shit. You ready to get killed because I comment on your post?
All I say is for those people, turn off your comments.
No, don't post nothing. You don't want nobody to comment.
It's social media. It's social media. Ain't we supposed to socialize?
Y'all people are attention seekers. They just posting just to post so they can. If you get baited in, this is how they think. If I'm able to bait you in, I got you. So
when I say intellectual man, I mean a man that know himself mentally and emotionally. That's also knows how to express himself in a manner in which his lady will understand. A man that can not only manage his emotion, but also knows how to manage his lady emotion. A man that's not going to let you play on him or his mental list.
I don't know a woman that don't want that.
Exactly.
If you into a relationship with a woman that don't require those things and need those things from a man, then baby, you in the wrong relationship and you may have the wrong.
I'm gonna say this: a lot of women have not met that dude that you're talking about. A lot of us Black women have came from broken homes or have made a broken home.
Right.
And so they have not been led by a man. They have not been led by a man that you're speaking of. So a lot of women don't know how to give what you're asking because they've never been put in that situation.
Right. They never
so
had
when
that
you
type
have
of,
a man like you need to get with a woman and you need to let her understand that this is what type of man you are, and let her also see you doing that. So you're probably one of those people.
She can get hip to his program.
Yes, you're probably one of those people that's going to have to show a woman how to love
because
a real man.
Because
a lot of these women out
she just may not know.
It is totally
a lot of these women out here have never been shown how to love a real man
from their fathers
never
to
been
the man, right?
Because you can't appreciate something you never had. You don't know how to appreciate that type of man. So if you find a woman that you're really interested in and you feel like she's worth you teaching her those values that you have to offer, then go for it, because maybe it should be
Nathaniel, them women that don't want a man because they can manipulate with sex or emotions is because they don't have nothing to bring to the table but that.
Some women all they got to bring to the table.
All they got to bring to the table is sex.
So
and
some men
if they can't control you when it's sexually, they don't want to deal with you, is because that's all they have to offer. That's because they have been so low on themselves that they feel like that's the only thing that they have to offer. So those are the women that want to control. Then you have the man that wants to control and only want to be with women that he can control because he doesn't have the qualifications to be with a real woman or to deal with a real woman. So you have
it's intimidated by a real woman than to embrace.
Because some men get intimidated by being with a real woman.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
They do because they sometimes think about it.
Until he finds that right one that would take the time out to show him.
There you go. And embrace
a lot of times
his ways.
We as women can be so cocky and we want things done a certain way that you have a good man on your shoulders, but a good man beside you, but you are so full of yourself, you can't see the good man that
you run him away.
And you will run him away, not understanding that he's been from the streets his whole life. So you have to love him a different type of way and show him a different type of way because he's been on the streets his whole life. So he's been around people. He have to been tough. He's been around people that done play with him, that done use them, abuse them, So you have to show different type of
and they said some men use the money to control and manipulate. If
they take the money from them,
they don't have anything.
If you take the money from some of these men, what else can they bring to the table? Okay, you can pay my car note, but what can you do?
And that's what actually makes that's what
the intellect That's what intellect come in.
What can you do if, say, for instance, the bank shut all the money down for 3 weeks? How can you stimulate me as a woman
without having
if you don't have control of your money, if you can't touch your money? There's a lot of men that do that, but those type of men get with the women that need them. See, when you get with a real woman, she don't need you. She wants you.
And
she wants you.
It makes a difference when a woman needs you versus when she wants you.
Oh, it does.
Because a woman that wants you, you can't play with a woman that wants you.
He didn't feel the genuine and sincere love. And that's crazy because a lot of people will leave this earth not knowing what that is.
Right. And it's sad.
Yes. Everybody wants to be in love, but nobody wants to let their guard down.
Correct.
Everybody wants to be in love, but nobody wants
to do
the work. Everybody wants somebody loyal, but don't nobody want to be loyal. Everybody feel like, oh, I got to beat them before they beat me. When is somebody me? I personally got tired. It's like, okay, let me put the gun. Okay, So
put the right place.
You know, we are showing to where the man needs to show you first and But at the same time, sometimes people are waiting for you to just show them too, because they are there too.
And that's
a lot of women don't
being
understand that men have been hurt too. It's not just about us. Men have been hurt too. So I was like, you know what? My kids getting old. I don't want my boys, and they're growing up to be men, which they are men now. I didn't want my boys to feel like their mom was always the issue. Right. Once they start getting older, I don't want them to look around and be like, why does mama not have a man? Right. What it got to mama be the issue to where we didn't never have a man in this household?
That's the point I was getting.
So I started doing things different. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show him what this. I'm not gonna wait till he show me. Right. I'm not gonna wait till something traumatic happen and see how he moves. I'm gonna just put everything on the table. I'm gonna hold a little bit back though, because you don't want to just give everything up. You want to make somebody feel like, oh yeah, you the one, so I'm gonna lock you down. But I'm gonna give you a snippet of what comes with me, and then you can choose. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I went about things. So I got tired of playing this old cat and mouse game and listening to everybody. And no, a man's supposed to do this, and no, you supposed to do this, and man, you gonna be lonely and single and miserable together, and you ain't gonna. So it is what it is. Everybody wants to be in a relationship, but nobody wants to actually take the time to be in a relationship. Everybody wants to be loved, but nobody wants to take the chances what comes with love. Love is, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to have what they're not willing to give, and you have to be willing to give what it is that you want in order for a relationship to work.
Yes, love is patience, love is kind. Love.
Do y'all agree that to a certain extent that a woman teaches men not to tell them the truth?
Wait a minute, read that again. Do y'all agree that?
I do to a certain extent. I will be with you on that one. I do.
I think it too.
I feel like
back to the delivery.
I think it goes back to the delivery. To be even more sneakier than what they are. But that's why a real
woman
thought
about that.
That's why a real woman is just gonna sit and put stuff in her pocketbook and pull it out when it needs to be.
A relationship is work and sacrifice and dying of self daily. That's true.
Yeah.
What do you mean dying of self daily?
Feel like that you're dying though.
Yeah, what do you mean dying of self daily?
Like are you saying that they're dying?
That are you saying that they're giving like too much of yourself to
like
where you feel like you have nothing else to give?
Do you feel like it's not being reciprocated? Because otherwise you wouldn't feel like that it's a sacrifice and that you're dying.
Because I don't know what you mean with the dying.
I know what he's talking about, but I just want him to try to elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate on that.
I've been in all different types. So do you mean like to where you're dying of self and dying of self daily? Like, are you giving a lot of yourself sometimes to where you can't catch a breath? Or
are you giving more than you're receiving?
And or are you giving to all people around you and you're not receiving anything?
Are you emptying your cup?
Right.
Yeah, you sacrifice
that. Yeah, you sacrifice that. Yes. Yeah, and that's true. Right. Okay. And you're right. But hey, y'all, our time is up. Hey. We will just catch back up and we'll see y'all next week. But I'm gonna say this.
If you got another topic or something, you guys, your own fleshly desires die daily. Oh no, it shouldn't be like this.
It's definitely shouldn't.
No, you person that you're with,
if that's happening, like you're sacrificing too much.
Yeah, you should feel like that you're living
too much.
Yes,
in a relationship, that person should make you want to do anything that you
like. It shouldn't feel like a job.
That person should want you to be yourself. That person you should be with somebody so bad that when you're slipping on your goals, that person say, "Hey, babe, what happened to? Remember you told me you wanted to do such and such. I haven't heard you speak of that lately. You still want to do that?
That's the uplifting and
yes. You shouldn't feel like you sacrificed every day.
And that's like intellectual.
And you shouldn't feel like you're emptying your cup to study feel somebody.
Because they should definitely be pouring
it. It should definitely be a safe space.
Right.
And when you have a safe space with each other, then you guys are not having to do sacrifices. Sacrifices should come when it shouldn't.
Sacrifice is like an ultimatum. It's almost like a I'm gonna choose your happiness or my happiness, and that shouldn't be that way in a sufficient relationship.
It should be good sacrifices, not sacrifices to make you feel like good sacrifices, meaning, okay, we're gonna just be with each other.
The new house or the new car.
So we're not gonna go. We're not gonna do this.
We're
gonna do that. Yeah, it should be good sacrifice. It should never make you feel like you're like just taking from yourself. If someone's taking so much from you to where you don't even have nothing left in your cup,
it's not cool.
You should literally wake up wanting to do these things.
You have to be in that space with a person too.
You do.
You wake up thinking of different ways to satisfy or please your mate.
But it's a great feeling. It's very
it should always be like
even
that.
from yourself. Cause no, sis, we're gonna get used to each other.
Y'all, we're gonna have come on. Y'all
just having fun.
Damn is just as bad as Erica. When I get ready to try to cut it off, here they come. This was a great topic tonight. This was a great show. I really enjoyed, and I thank y'all. Of course, Erica just happy she made it early.
What the podcast? She want to blame it on us. What the podcast say? What it say on it?
LaQuanta.
But Erica is chattering.
And you guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
LaQuanta's Chatterbox. So when we chatter, it's a problem.
Chatterbox.
I want you to, you know what?
I'm down this page.
Thank you, Nate.
It should be called LaQuanta Speak a Little.
Oh,
you know what? See, and I can't wait till next week because next week, y'all know I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
Y'all, I can't show out too much because I need to come back on the show. Okay.
She said she needs to come back. Do y'all want Diamond back? Let us know. Do y'all want Diamond back? Y'all just let us know. Put it in the comments. But hey, y'all, this was a great show tonight. We thank y'all. I am your girl, LaQuanta.
Diamond.
And of course, your favorite realtor, your favorite person to chat with is Rika.
And again, y'all, hey, remember, it's not what's on you, it's what's in you. So let's try to have some good and positive things in you. And remember, if you're in a relationship with someone, give the same treatment that you want given back to you. And hey, maybe it will maybe blossom. But hey, we'll see y'all next week. And hey, you guys, bring Diamond back. She all in my ear. Bring her back. But listen, y'all, tune in again next week. But hey, y'all go on LaQuanta's Chatterbox on YouTube and subscribe. We need some subscribers, y'all. We've gotten it up. We need y'all to go on and subscribe.
Let's
because
support.
On YouTube, we're gonna have a lot of giveaways. We're gonna talk about some real juicy stuff that we can't talk about on here. We're gonna give some real steamy conversations, and that will be steamy table talk in the Yanni room. But hey, and we're gonna have a lot of things for 2025. But you have to be on LaQuanta's Chatterbox on YouTube to see what it is. Giveaways, scholarships, all types of things. So, like I say, LaQuanta's Chatterbox YouTube, and we will see y'all guys next week. Same channel,
receive a
same time, 8:00. See you next week.
Safe.
Bye.
Get back what you put out.